Alright, welcome back to the channel. Let's check out what's going on with ApeCoin. So, we keep on rallying. This is a really good sign what we're seeing right now. In the past 4 hours, the momentum has really started to kick in. So, I'll probably make this my first upload today as we are kind of pushing back into this resistance once again. So, before we zoom in and check out how we're reacting to this ascending channel that we've been in, you can see the squeeze bomb on the 4 hour is recently had a reset, and what's very interesting about this is we haven't really seen something like this where we've built up a lot of bullish momentum. We've kind of cooled down, at the previous all-time high. So, we flipped it, we came back, we flipped it as support while we were cooling down, and now the bullish momentum has reset again in the favor of the bulls. This is on the 4 hour. You can see a huge influx of volume, not only in the past week or two, or not in the past week or so, sorry, this is on the 4 hour, so this would be from the 18th, the past 10 days worth of data. Since we had this huge momentum shift, we reset a bit, we started pushing back up, we're resetting and picking back up this momentum, while we're still on the bullish side of things. So I think the next rally we're about to see for ApeCoin could surpass this $23 that we have been talking about. Coming over to the daily, there is, once again, squeeze bomb heading up very strongly, and we are crashing into the top of this channel. EMA ribbons have unfortunately not fully loaded in. The long-term moving averages just haven't quite loaded in yet, but nonetheless, coming into the lower time frames, the last 4 hours, huge influx of volume. You can see here, I mean, it was increasing the past couple of hours, which building, and we've got a huge push up in volume now. We've still got another 12 minutes or so until the end of the hourly close, but it does seem like we're finding a little bit of resistance here, and that is probably to be expected. We've come into contact with this, depending on how you want to draw it. I prefer drawing it to how it was. I guess you could draw it to the wicks like this, and then it's arguable whether we went for it. I prefer to draw it from, here, because you've got a touch point. You've got a touch point here as well, so you've got resistance, support, support, resistance, and you just got more touch points this way. I think this is nicer. So, the way that I've got it drawn, you can see we've had 1, 2, 3 fake outs over the top of this before. I think initially a couple of days ago we were back here on ApeCoin, or we were here, and we were thinking $23 was going to come into play within the next 2 to 3 days. So, it's already been like 3 days now, so it would be interesting to see if we do hit that $23 today. We did predict, where were we? We were down here, a 50% rally on the 23rd, so congratulations everyone who was in that trade. We've gone up another 42-43% since we talked about that. I still have $23 in mind. I'm really liking what we're seeing with these. On your oscillators, the 4 hour is becoming a little bit overextended right now, so this kind of does lend credence to the the point where we've topped out here, and it would kind of make sense if we do, we don't have to do this, but I'm definitely not betting against it. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm trading this up until $23 APE, and then depending on how we take that out, I'm also looking at $30 APE. We'll talk about our high price targets in a second. But yeah, like I said, your oscillators on the 4 hour, if we're looking at this alone, like I said, it could make sense. If we do break down, I wouldn't be too worried if we came down to maybe $19.50, maybe $19 if we have a quick flush out. I don't think we'll be going lower than that, and a bigger reason why we definitely might not be topping out until we come for these higher price targets like $23 and $30 is if we look at our oscillators on the daily time frame. They're very slowly building up support. So I like what we're seeing here. We've got lows whenever we do come down. I mean, this was a struggled higher low. This was very nice. You've got another higher low, and we're just building back up. And I think once we take out 69 to 70 on the money flow indicator, then we would see a huge break in volatility to the upside. We're already seeing lots of volatility to the upside, I guess. I kind of just mean degenerative crypto volume to the upside that you wouldn't see in any other market. So yeah, I really like what we're seeing. I like how we're coming into the top of this, but yeah, we'll need to see what goes on in the next couple of hours. Like I said, my money is where my mouth is. I've been talking about this for the past week or so, where I think we're going to come up to $23. I am going to take some profits off the table at $23, just because on the lower time frames it does seem somewhat plausible to have a move back down to the lower side of things. And also bear in mind, we've been kind of swing trading this from down here at 7, we got out at 12ish, we got back in at 12ish, and we've been riding this to the upside since then. So if we do come up to $23, I personally wouldn't be taking a bunch of profits. I imagine maybe a third of the chips off the table for this trade. If we do come back down to these lower price targets in this channel once again, I think that would be a nice place to accumulate. But like I said, lending kind of credence to your more bullish price targets, for example, $30, 38 and 42, which by the way, I personally wouldn't be planning on 42 or 38 for quite some while. Maybe, you know, the next couple of months, the next couple of weeks, so be it. But at least in the short term, I think $23 and $30 is as euphoric as we're going to see. So I'll probably place, you know, 2/3 of my sell orders up here at $30 and the rest of them down here at $23, and then, you know, hopefully we get a chance to DCA back into the market. That's really all I see for ApeCoin. Once again, lower time frames, we're really trying to push back above the top of this channel, and literally on every time frame, whether you're looking at the hourly, the 4-hourly, the daily, there's just like not a sign of bearish momentum whatsoever, which is pretty crazy considering, you know, Bitcoin is currently experiencing a little bit of a drought right now. You know, it's not too bad. I mean, we're still building support as we go. But, you know, Bitcoin is struggling a tiny bit, and ApeCoin is really being a market outlier at this point. So I love what we're seeing with Ape. $23 is still on the table in my opinion. Once again, my money is where my mouth is. I'm not actually looking to sell this, even though the smaller time frames could indicate we could be coming back down to here. I think there's enough signs in the slightly more macro pictures that 23 and 30 are on the table within the next couple of weeks. So I don't think it would make sense for me to sell at this region, try and get in for 10% cheaper. That's just not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to capitalize on these bigger moves that, you know, we saw when we had our last momentum shift on the squeeze bomb. This is how we were able to, you know, move into this macro move of 30 or 52%. You know, we weren't trying to sell at the top of these channels and move back down for 10% moves. I'm trying to catch these much more safe and macro swings in the market. So that is what I currently see going on for Ape. $23 definitely on the table. I think honestly it could be happening within the next 24 hours. If I'm wrong on that, I imagine it'd be coming, you know, towards the end of the week, because I honestly think worst case scenario, you know, we come back down, do something like this, and then as you can see, that would put us into like the 29th or the 30th coming into the end of this week. So we'll definitely have to see what's going on for Ape. $23 is definitely my target for this still. I think it's coming a lot sooner than a lot of people think. That is all I've got for you for Ape. As always, none of this is financial advice and just my own opinion on the market. And also, check out the description below if you want to join the Discord. That is all I've got for you today. Cowboy out. Peace.